The Nephites took great care in safeguarding their national treasures, the plates and the regalia, including the Urim and Thummim. They were passed from one leader, whether he was a king or a chief judge, to the next. Even so, the Book of Mormon does not always make the transfer of the sacred things explicit. After the clear reference to the transfer of all those things which had been kept sacred from Nephi to his son Nephi, the Book of Mormon continues to document the line of authority over the plates and the sacred things, but does so in a general manner. The responsibility for the national record and the national treasures is codified in the phrase, "keep the record." We know that Nephi, son of Nephi, transferred record-keeping to his son, Amos. Amos, in turn, transferred record-keeping to his son, also named Amos. When Amos the younger died, his brother Ammoron kept the record. From a chain of custody perspective, we cannot definitively claim that the sacred things were transferred from Nephi down to Ammoron without a specific citation to support the claim. However, judging from the pattern of transfer already established and the fact that the sacred things were later confirmed in the possession of Moroni, the last of the chain, we can claim that it was likely the sacred things were included within the purview of keeping the record. It is at the time of Ammoron that the situation of the Nephites became desperate. The Nephites faced imminent destruction. For this reason, Ammoron was constrained by the Holy Ghost to hide up the sacred records. The hiding of the plates by Ammoron was a temporary measure. Before he could realistically pass them on to a successor, events had to take their course, and the appointed successor, Mormon, needed to finish his role in these events. He also needed to reach an age of sufficient maturity to take charge of the records. With this in mind, Ammoron hid the plates in the hill Shem. He gave instructions to Mormon to get the plates of Nephi from the hill when he was 24. When Mormon realized that the days of the Nephites were numbered, he went to the hill Shem and took up all the records hidden by Ammoron. We learn later that Mormon hid the records in another hill named Cumorah. He gave a few plates to Moroni, who would finish the Nephite record. Mormon makes an important claim, saying that the records were not entrusted to him by Ammoron. Instead, they were entrusted to him by the Lord himself. This dovetails with Ammoron's statement to Mormon that he had hidden up the records unto the Lord. In other words, the Lord took possession of the plates from Ammoron and then personally entrusted them to Mormon when he was in a position to keep them. Mormon, in turn, except for the gold plates which he gave to his son Moroni, hid the rest of the plates unto the Lord in the hill Cumorah. It is in the Book of Ether where we learn the final disposition of the records and the interpreters. As part of tying up the loose ends of the record-keeping of the Nephites, Moroni finished his record of the vision of the brother of Jared. When he had done so, at the command of the Lord, he sealed up both the record and the interpreters, the Urim and Thummim. This is the final commentary in the Book of Mormon, chronologically speaking, on the disposition of the interpreters. We learn from Moroni that he had possession of the interpreters. While we cannot be certain, it is likely that the interpreters were passed down along with the records, and that Moroni received them when he received the plates.